Round 3 of the Mintex British Historic Rally Championship headed north to Carlisle for the Pirelli International Rally. Notorious stages that always prove tricky for even the best of drivers. Stanley Orr leads the Category 2 crews away with the local driver Phil Jobson surely ready to challenge for a good result this weekend. Just 2 stages faced the crews this morning, but they were long ones, providing a challenge to both the crew and the machine. Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners. Onto the stages then, and there will be drama right from the start. Stanley Orr and Stephen McCauley take the early lead in Stage 1, but sadly for the pair, that will be short-lived. They end up going off the road in Stage 2 and rolling the car on its side. Their reason for retirement would be broken steering. It wasn't clear if that was caused by or was the cause of their crashing out of the event. So with Orr now out of the picture, it will be up to Phil Jobson and Jenkins to lead the way in the category. And as expected, they go well on Phil's home event. They finish the morning stages with a good advantage in that number 1 position. After a good start to the event last time, Bob Bean and Malcolm Smithson will be on the pace again here at round 3. They end the morning with 2nd place in the category and class results at this stage. The Battle of the Avengers will once again be going the way of Elliott Retallick and Tim Tugwell over the first stages of the day. They lead the way in that class, as well as 3rd in the category results. For Stuart and Linda Carris, it will be almost a minute further back on the results in 4th place. The pair were a little off that class lead, but will be holding their own with the rest of the chasing class runners behind. The first of those would be Aziz Tejpar and Steve Davey, 5th place in the category now and themselves just 11 seconds back from Carris in that class fight. They'd have a small lead themselves over Andrew Stokes and Adrian McNally, the second of the Avengers once again, and lying in 5th place in the category and 4 seconds back from Tejpar in the class. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be good news for everyone. We'd lose Simon Pickering and Paul Barbett when they roll the car on stage 1, not the result they would have wanted, given the pace on the opening rounds. And there'd be just 1 Category 1 crew out in the championship this weekend, with Phil Harris and Richard Suter bringing the Mini out and leading the way in that category. So with 2 long and tricky stages complete, the results look like this for now. 2 more stages await the crews this afternoon, just as long and just as challenging. Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners. On to the afternoon stages then, and there will be no change to that Category 1 result. Phil Harris and Richard Suter, the only ones in that category at the start, and that's how it would end for the mini pair. Unfortunately, we'd lose Andrew Stokes and Adrian McNally. They go off the road in Stage 3. And it will be bad news too for Bob Bean and Malcolm Smithson. A puncture in Stage 3 would see them slip down the times and into 5th place in the category by the end of the event. For Aziz Tejpar and Steve Davey, it would be 4th place in the category this weekend. They gain a place with the drop down the times for Bob Bean, and in the event with 4th place in the category and 3rd in the class. Stuart and Linda Carris reached the end of the event with a podium place in the category. 3rd place would be theirs, as well as 2nd place in their class, 29 seconds ahead of Tejpar at the finish. And it will be a further 12 seconds ahead for Elliott Retallick and Tim Tugwell, the Avenger pair, managing to take 2nd place overall in the category this weekend, as well as the class win. But that does mean that it's the win in Category 2 for Phil Jobson and Jenkins. They put in some good times all day and in the event with their first win of the season. So confirmation then of the win for Jobson, a good end to his local event. Coverage of the BHRC is brought to you by our TV partners. Next up, the crews head to Wales for the 7 Valley stages. The weather will be unpredictable and so will the results. Keep an eye on ours and the Championship's social media for details.